Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new live session of The Latest, where I basically go over 3 news that we're going to be sharing with our newsletter on Monday that every digital marketer should know. Should be quick. Friday's update. So first thing, revenue season is here. The big tech companies all made, record-breaking revenue, both Twitter, Google, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Facebook. I think, why am I sharing this today? One of the biggest concerns that people had with the iOS change and everything that was coming and that's coming, I think, with being more less cookie based for tracking and attribution and marketing. I think there was a huge concern that people were going to start spending less money on advertising and that, ad spend was going to go down because of the challenges that the iOS changes will have. And it didn't. Like, people are spending money still like crazy, and it's not surprised because if you think about it, everything's going digital. Retail is going digital. E-commerce is still growing, still going to keep growing. And so I don't think advertising is going to decrease. I think it's going to keep going. I think there's no surprise here, but I think what's important is iOS just didn't make a dent on advertisers. Second thing is WhatsApp, and I think this is a cool one. Archive groups, especially if you use WhatsApp and you're in a gazillion groups like I am. You have friends who are sending messages like crazy. You can actually archive groups so that you don't get notifications, but you can still access them. And I think this is a cool way to still be on groups, but not necessarily see all the messages and get all the notifications on your phone. And the second thing is data transfer from iOS to Android. I think this is a cool one as well. When you're downloading your app and you're moving from iOS to Android, there's going to be a way for you to actually transfer all of your data, all of your messages from iOS to Android, which was not possible before. And the last thing that I want to update you on today, and this is a cool article I read on Forbes, and it's SEO dead, at least for retail. And it made a good case about how Google is going to start prioritizing customer experience. And what they mean by that is they're actually able to get better tracking and data from customers now in terms of what they're doing. How? With Google Business Messages. And so if you look at this is interesting because SEO is based off of, keywords, search, volume, especially if you're a retailer. Like, how do you do local SEO is a key strategy. But what this article actually mentioned, and it's the aim is basically saying, because Google Business Messages and because Google My Business is getting information reviews, and because Google is not going to be able to use Google Business Messages to send notifications to customers, to run customer satisfaction surveys and like merchant response metrics, they're going to be able to see with the real experience and get real feedback from the customers of the business. And they're going to be able to actually rank businesses based off of those reviews and the feedback that they're getting from those surveys without businesses even knowing. So this is an interesting pitch because it's something that I think it wasn't possible before. Like, yes, Google could have sent, surveys, but it was really difficult. But now with messages, I think the aim of this article is basically saying, SEO is not going to matter anymore. What's going to matter is really for you to have good customer experience, not just in the service that you're providing, but like how you're managing the digital interactions that you're having with customers. Why? Because Google's going to be able to send them surveys to get feedback, to see how well you're responding, and basically rank you based off of those results. So I'm going to be sharing the link for this article as well, because I think it's super interesting. It's an interesting pitch of how things are going and how things are evolving as well. So those were the updates for today. Make sure that you subscribe to Markeco, the latest #1 digital marketer. Every new digital marketer should read. You're going to get 8 news worth reading, 3 hacks worth knowing, 1 question worth discussing or debating every Monday morning. Make sure you subscribe. I'll leave the link on this post, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a good weekend.